Hi, my name is James Massey, and today we're going to talk about making your first hire when you're starting to add leverage with your real estate business. So, if you like the information, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so early on when I was growing my real estate business, I had to be very cautious of who to hire first. And you got all these experts, they tell you all these different people that you hire. And really, if you're looking at boxes and things of that nature, as far as roles that real estate agents play, we wear a lot of hats, right? We got hats for all type of different stuff, but then we also got hats for our clients and things of that nature. But there's certain things that bring you more value than other things. And what I mean by that is you really want to get that $10 to $15 an hour work off of you. Because if you're doing $10 to $15 an hour work, 9 times out of 10, you're not being as productive as you could be if you were getting in front of more sellers and getting in front of more buyers. Because that's going to be the most cost per dollar item that you can actually bill for. So, so I was looking at, so who am I going to hire first in order to add leverage in my business? Paperwork, right? Paperwork was one of the biggest things, and that's what most people say, oh, good paperwork. Or they might say, oh, go get you a buyer's agent, or go get you an admin, or go get you a marketing person, or go get you a database manager. All these people are very important when adding leverage. But if you're not to the point yet where it's time to hire those people or all those people at one time, then you have to make a choice. You have to make a choice because you're limited funds, right? A couple of things you want to know first, right? The first thing is that you want to make sure that you have the money in the bank in order to support that hire. Because you got to wait, right? Because that hire that you make, not right away, is going to be a situation where it's going to be adding more dollars to your bank account. And that's really why you're doing it. What's the real purpose for you hiring somebody? It's not to take on the workload, it's for you to be able to make more money. And that person that you bring on board, that's what their job is, to make you make more money. So, but it takes time. It takes time for that person to get used to you. It takes time for them to get used to your systems and your process. It takes time for you to get used to them because you've been used to doing everything yourself. So you have to make an adjustment as well. So when you hire that person, you need to make sure that you have at least about 4 to 6 months of employee money or payroll put up, right? And you want to do that for a few different reasons, right? And because you never want to hire somebody and then you don't have the money to hire that person, and then you have to get rid of them before you start getting that return on investment. And believe me, it is an investment. When you're bringing that hire on, you're investing in that person. You're investing in your business because that person is going to bring you more money to your business. This is the whole thing. If you bring somebody on and all of a sudden you become more productive, guess what? You make more money from that person, right? And that's how you go and you hire that first person, then you hire that second person, then that third person, and so on and so on, because that first person you hire becomes a good hire. So in my opinion, I think the first person that you should hire is, guess what? You know what it is, right? I'm gonna say admin, right? Because I think you can outsource some stuff, right? But if you have an admin that's gonna be kind of like a database manager, that particular person is gonna be able to go through stuff. They're gonna be able to handle some of your paperwork stuff as well. But they can almost play like a dual role, like admin / transaction coordinator. But worst case scenario, you can always outsource the transaction coordinator part of it. There's a lot of transaction coordinators that you can actually get that will, they'll get paid at closing. So they'll get their fee at closing. So if you get a listing or a buyer or something like that you're working with, you can get that transaction coordinator, and after it closes, then you can get paid. What you can do on top of that is you can put that fee for that transaction coordinator right into the contract. So instead of taking it out of your commission, which is always a cardinal sin, that's a definitely no-no. You never want to take it out of your commission. That's not what I'm about. But if you put it in the buyer agreement, or if you put it in the seller agreement at that particular time, then you know that that fee is covered. And if you explain to them, they pretty much understand. And if you tell them this fee right here is for your transaction coordinator. This is for them to do the paperwork and all that other stuff. This other fee is my fee for actually doing the work. So they're very much you be very much transparent with that, And people are usually, they're pretty happy if you let them know up front, and they understand it. And that's the biggest thing. But that admin person, I'm telling you, if you have somebody that's going to manage your database, they're going to manage the people that you're dealing with, they're going to manage your contacts, I'm telling you, that's going to be one of the things that's going to bring you so much more money, because now you're not losing people. One of the biggest issues that most agents have is people falling through the cracks. Like you really don't want people falling through the cracks, because they falling through the cracks, guess what? That means somebody else is getting that commission. That's somebody else that's working with them because you forgot about them or you don't know where they stand in the process. So my first recommendation is to get an admin. If they can do dual roles, that'd be great. But worst case scenario, they can actually do the role of managing your database. So if you like the information, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. To the next video.